No, sweetie pie. I'm here with Bootsy, and we are about to have lesson number 4 with our professional trainer. And I feel we're making progress. There's certainly, Apple, I don't want you up on the table. Would you get down, please? Thank you. Good girl. As I was saying, we have lots of work yet to be done, but now we have the means and the knowledge to actually do what needs to be done. So the 4th lesson will be taking place in our home once again, and because it's in our home, we wanted to focus on behaviors that we wish to correct or control that take place within our home. We've already practiced and we're working on making progress on controlling the barking that the dogs do when we decide it's time to go out into the backyard of the house. And the other thing that we really have a concern about is, especially with Sherlock, but the others as well, when we say drop it, we want them to be able to drop it. Sometimes they get a hold of something that they shouldn't have. And if that's the case, we want to be able to get them to drop it before they do some harm to themselves. So we're going to work on that. We'll probably practice the place command again, and whatever else pops up. So let's see what happens. As soon as our trainer Jaden arrived at the house, we started to discuss the possibility of a drop it command. I'm wondering if, I had a thought that squeaky ball that we have, he loves that. And he will pick it up and squeak it and squeak it and squeak it all day long. I thought maybe I should give that to him because he's going to have it, and then stim him and tell him to drop it.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid of creating negative associations with
the ball.
toy.
Well, as long as you make it positive afterwards, it would be good if you had 2 of them because you have value for value. Sometimes we utilize 2 balls so that way when they drop one, they can just go right to the other ball. As long as you have another way for Sherlock to see the positive behind the ball, why should it ever be negative to him?
Luckily, we happen to have several of those squeaky balls, so Jaden set out getting Sherlock to chase and pick up one of the balls, and then he would try to get him to drop the ball and give him another one.
Where'd the ball go? You're just too smart for your own good, it looks like. I think you know.
Seems like we were having a hard time getting Sherlock to possessively latch onto that ball so that we could get him to drop it and teach him a new command. He just did that completely on his own?
Yeah, completely on his own.
Wow.
Yes, good boy. Go ahead.
Should we maybe start using a command like drop or something like that? And then maybe...
You could, but he's not really latching on long enough to be able to really implement it, but he's not really gripping onto it and holding on to it long enough for me to even get it and get the words out, because 9 times out of 10 he's been able just to release it and come to me, which is not a bad thing. That's why I keep rewarding him, because I want him to see that even him simply doing that is a good thing.
And so Jaden filled us in on how to handle that situation if and when it arose, and we moved on to the next exercise that he had planned for us on this day. He started by getting Apple on her place pad while the other 2 dogs were still loose and sort of getting in the way, and we didn't catch on right away to what the point of this whole thing was.
She has to, this is like pushing her right now to understanding that she needs to stay there, even when you're talking to the other 2.
And then we figured out the whole point of this exercise, which was a really good one, was to get Apple to stay on her place pad while the other dogs were put on their place pads, and maybe we could get all 3 of them in their places at the same time. So we have all 3 of them at the same time in their place. There's Apple. There's Bootsy. And there is good old Sherlock. And we're going to wait a little while before we give them the release word. Then I'm sure they will be treated profusely.
Surpassing the 5-minute mark, then we start basically moving around, adding more distractions, and then at some point you can get this for an hour if you really, really push them.
And amazingly, they did stay until we gave them the release word. This is what we now need to practice.
Good job, guys. Good. Yes.
So that was actually a very instructive lesson. We found out that with the drop it command, we pretty much have to be prepared and address that problem when it occurs. We get his attention using the e-collar, we treat him when he obeys the command, and hopefully we'll be able to control what he does. So, next week is graduation, so stay tuned. We'll be going back to Canine Mania in Deer Park for a graduation ceremony and last minute questions that might have to be answered. Apple, the good girl. Do you like going to school?
Yep.